So this is our chit chat segment. So I'm very excited to have you here. You guys are one of my companies, and I've been dying to get you on the show because you know all about Bitcoin. So I thought you should come and join our chit chat and tell us all about it.
Awesome. Well, thank you for having me here.
So first of all, what is Bitcoin?
Okay, so it's a little bit complicated. There is what is a Bitcoin and what is Bitcoin. And they're two different things. So a Bitcoin is actually a digital asset, very simply put. Universal currency, digital asset. What is Bitcoin is actually what enables that digital asset to get transferred to anyone, anywhere, any place in the world, without any permission, without any borders, and without any time delay, really.
I look at it like it's a digital currency, and it could make just the transference of money from country to country easier. It could do a lot of other things as well. Is that a perspective that makes sense?
Absolutely. So the first thing is as a currency. So you can, it's almost like a universal denominator. It's kind of like the euro for Europe, but Bitcoin for the world, right?
There's which is not so much USD. Better.
It is. It's so much better. There's a lot of other applications too that can be utilized. So it's not just currency. It could be it's proof of existence of when something happened, when something was put on the blockchain. It is universal proof of existence, if you will.
What is a blockchain?
So a blockchain is essentially a ledger, but it's a digital ledger, and a whole ton of people have the exact same ledger. They can prove whether or not you own that digital asset, and you can give it to somebody else without any shadow of a doubt. And that's really where the breakthrough technology is, because I can give you a $20 bill and I don't have to ask anybody else to do that, right?
And there's nothing tracking that $20 bill.
That's right, that's right. Whereas for a Bitcoin, I can transfer a Bitcoin to you without asking anybody's permission, but there's a whole network that validates that I have that Bitcoin and I can give you that Bitcoin.
What are some of the others, and what are kind of like the benefits, like what are the pros and cons of other cryptocurrencies?
Sure. So most of the other currencies are called altcoins, and they're actually just forks off the main Bitcoin blockchain. And they play around with different things, and this is going to get a little technical, but they play around with the different values of retargeting, how difficult it is for the mathematical function for them to put it on there, and they have a lot more leeway to play around with it because there's not so much vested in Bitcoin. So in Bitcoin, it's like the 747 flying at 600 miles per hour. So it's really difficult to play around with it, right? It takes everybody then has to agree to make changes. But the altcoins are experimenting with different things to see what works, what doesn't work.
You run an amazing company called Cypher.
Yes.
What does Cypher do for, the Bitcoin community and the cryptocurrency community in general?
Yes. So Bitcoin right now, to build an application is really hard. It's like if you were to fly anywhere, you'd have to build a plane first. You couldn't just hop on the plane and fly. And so we're in the very, very infancy of Bitcoin right now. So anybody that wants to build a really cool app like voting or registries or a proof of document, they have to build out all this infrastructure in order to do so. And so what Cypher does is we take care of all that in the background. So we like to say we're like the Amazon Web Services for blockchains. So Amazon Web Services, what they did is enable an explosion of startups, because not every single startup was setting up a server and setting up the same services over and over and over again. And so that enabled the whole ecosystem to form really rapidly. And so that's what we're hoping to do with Cypher, is we take care of the back end, provide web services, so then a whole slew of companies can then build blockchain applications.
You're kind of like the glue.
We're the glue.
Yes.
We're the enabler. It's like the foundation of a house, right? You have to build the right foundation in order to build the high rise. And so we build the foundation for software.
It's like a Bitcoin. It's like a Bitcoin house.
Yes, it's a Bitcoin house. It's a blockchain house made of blocks.
I love it. So what got you into this?
Well, so I was given a Bitcoin. First, I read about it, and because it's all based on cryptography, it's math. It's math-based, and I love math. So that was the thing that I first started looking into, is the research papers onto it. And then I was given Bitcoin. I lost Bitcoin. And so
How do you lose Bitcoin?
Well, because I lost my private key. I didn't store it. So that's the thing. It's like you have to hold it in a wallet and you have to maintain your private key in some safe place. Very seldom do you see this complete step function of something that's just fundamentally disruptive and life-changing and world-changing. And so that's the thing that attracted me to it.
So how do you get a Bitcoin?
So you can either be given some fraction of a Bitcoin or you can purchase it from an exchange. So you can actually either link up your bank account, of course they will charge you a fee, or you just basically download a wallet and somebody can transfer fractions of a Bitcoin for you to start playing around with.
So as far as mining goes, what is that? Why do you have to mine a Bitcoin?
Yep. So that network that I was referring to, that everybody basically validates that you have that digital asset and you can transfer that digital asset, that's construed of this network called miners. So when you make that transfer to somebody else, all these miners basically take those transactions, do that verification as quickly as they can, and they have to solve a math puzzle. And the first one that solves that math puzzles gets rewarded with 25 Bitcoin. And so that's the incentive.
That's really cool. I love that you're a girl who loves math.